Cirus Cepal, Acting Chief Education Officer, CIRUS-CEPAL. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Chief Education Officer, Dr. Maya, who is on vacation, and I'm acting right now, our Deputy Chief Education Officer for Instruction, Mr. Ragunanan, who is also on vacation, our PS, Ms. Charles, our Deputy PS, Mr. Kodra, and our newly appointed Minister, Honorable Sean Edward, and our Parliamentary Secretary, Dr. Prosper. I bring you greetings as we look forward to the exciting reopening of school for the academic year 2021-2022. On behalf of the Ministry of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training, I bring you greetings as we get ready for the official reopening of school. As you know, we are faced with COVID-19 pandemic, and all sectors have been affected, and more so education. But then we are thankful to God that He has given us the opportunity where we can still reopen school, though it be virtually. And then based on consultations that we have had with SLTU, with NPA, with a number of other organizations and agencies, with the different units of the Ministry of Education, we have decided, based on the advice from Ministry of Health and the CMO, Cabinet met, and then together we have agreed that reopening of school will be Monday, 13th September 2021, and this will be done following the distributed learning approach. And as we speak, this week and then next week, we are going to have now the teacher planning week, which will, it is going up until Friday, 10th September. That's the planning week for teachers. Reason for another week for the planning week for teachers, because we realize since it is not just simply virtual learning, but it is distributed learning. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done. The teachers have to prepare some packages for children who may not have access to the online learning. And also, together with that, they have to prepare now the platforms which they're going to use to reach the children. So the distributed learning approach, it is one where, yes, we are using it, and yes, it is effective based on what we have available to us, but then it takes a lot of preparation from the teachers. And I have to commend the teachers. Let me say, teachers and principals, education officers, we commend you, because we know it is hard work. We know it is determination. We know we have not been able to provide everybody with the device that they need, but yet still you have teachers who are using their personal device, who go to the school to access the device that we have there, and they make it happen because we have the interest of the children. And at the same time, yes, we are going to ensure that we maintain the protocol, we follow what is it that we have to follow. But at the end of the day, we all are doing it because we want to ensure that every child would experience the learning that we expect them to get. And also, we don't want to deprive anybody the opportunity for the learning experience. So that's why the distributed learning approach is so crucial. So if you might have a few children who are living in a remote area and they do not have the access, or if they have the access, they do not have the connectivity. So we have now provided the packages for them that the parents can collect at designated points, and the children can also get some form of instruction going. And by the time we were to get back face to face, and we are hoping that it will be soon, as I said, we are waiting on the CMO and then cabinet to make that final decision when we would have consulted with everybody. But then, as I said, we are looking forward to meeting face to face with the children, because listen, it is very interesting that we have a number of social ills that we face because of the pandemic on students, and more so with online learning or the distributed learning method. Here are some of the concerns we have. One, the dropout rate with students, especially among boys. And as you know, you are hearing of the upsurge with crime and violence in Saint Lucia. And then now we are asking the question, what is it that we did not do at the education system that some of these children are falling through the cracks? Some of them find themselves that whatever instructions they had been given, but now that they are going astray, where did we go wrong? I'm not blaming just the children or just the community. We all have to work as a unit, because it says that it takes a community to raise a child. But then we now have them from the time that they are in the preschool, and then the official from grade K up to Form 5. And then we have to nurture them. We have to identify where they need assistance, not just simply the academics, but the social development also. That is crucial. So yes, the education system right now, we are going to review to see to what extent are we just simply meeting the needs of probably the academic children. Are we simply meeting the needs of maybe those who want to go into sports? Are we meeting the needs of those who may have emotional needs or the social needs? Are we pausing for a while, stopping for a while to redefine the way we do it to actually meet the needs of the children? So yes, this is what the Ministry of Education we are doing right now. All education officers and also from the PS, and then from deputy PS, from the new minister, everybody, we have that focus, we have that mission, we have that drive. It is not just simply to provide, let us say, content or knowledge to students, but then to develop a holistic child who will be able to function in the 21st century, a holistic child who will be resilient, a holistic child who will be able to adapt to the changes that are taking place in society. So yes, so another major social ill we have now and is teenage pregnancy. And the sad news is that we have this affected us from Form 1 to Form 5. And then this is, as we said, is as a result of the COVID-19 and online learning which is taking place. So now you're understanding why I'm saying that the face-to-face is the best for the children. And World Health Organization, they have also said that the safest place for the children to be will be at the schools. So yes, we are working on that. Another major one now is child abuse and neglect. Then you have nutrition. You know, a lot of the children depend on the feeding program at the schools. And then when they go to school and then they pay their dollar, some of them, they may not have the money to pay it, but the school will still give them that meal. So they know at lunchtime they will get that nutritious meal. And now they are at home. The parents, maybe they lost their jobs because of the COVID-19. The institution they were working at probably closed down and so on. And they just do not know how to make ends meet. And then therefore the children are missing out a lot on that. Then you also have the idea of technology abuse. Okay, and then as I said, violence and crime. So we want to encourage the community, the churches, the sporting groups, the other organizations. Let us come together to work to ensure that we create the atmosphere for the children, and then COVID will go down. Hear this now. We will have a reduction in the number of cases we are having, and therefore school will go back face to face. So again, hear this. I'm appealing to everybody. Everybody, please, please, follow the protocol. Wear your mask. Maintain the social distancing. Stay home if you don't have anything to go and do. Stay home, protect yourself, protect the children. Because, as I said, when we the adults, we follow the protocol and we can reduce the number we have, the number of cases, then the children can go back to school and then they will get their full education. So one other important thing we have there that we need to understand. The school also is guided by an education sector continuity plan. And then this we have, okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is the guide for the school operation. And then every school, we want every teacher, every principal, even the parents, the caretakers, the janitors, to be aware of what is in that document, because it is well outlined in terms of, and then this document, we came up with it with consultation with NPA, SLTU, and a number of other agencies. So therefore, we want persons to understand what is in that guideline, and by the time we were to come back face to face, and then we follow this guideline, then I can guarantee you that we will be able to have a smooth running of the education system. Okay, let's pause and then Now, I must also say thanks to Cabinet for allowing the early childhood sector to reopen face-to-face. And then as you know, the little ones, and then again, if we have to go by the science, it is saying that they are the least likely ones to be affected. And then now what we are calling on now is for the teachers, the administrators, the facilitators of the preschoolers to really make sure that they follow the protocol. Because in the event that we were to have a spike among the children, then we know we will have to close down the preschools or the daycare centers. So that's why we encourage them to make sure that they follow the protocol and do what they have to do. So again, we know the parents are happy. The parents are delighted that they know that instruction will continue or engagement will continue with the early learners. So that we are happy about. Then we also have the adult learners that we have to take into consideration. And then now, yes, they are starting their online learning also. And then it is something that we are looking forward to getting them back face-to-face also. So as I said, the education system is not just simply concentrating on the primary school, infant school, and secondary school, but we have the early learners, okay, and we also have the adult learners. So all of this we have to take into consideration and understand that, as I said, we are educating a nation and we have to make sure we have everything in place. Then in light of this, I want to speak to the point of transportation. We know the ministry, we have a transportation subsidy program going on, but then we cannot provide transportation for everybody. It is not possible. And we know we have a system working with especially communities like Soufrière, Vieux-Fort, and some of these areas where the children come to the city schools. There is one bus, usually a coaster, transporting children from Soufrière, and then they go to the schools. If it is 5 schools the children are going to, Entrepot, Convent, Compris, College, Hess, even some of the private schools, SD Academy, what they do is that one bus will go to all of these schools and drop off the children. At the end of the day, that bus will go back to all of these schools to meet the children and take them back to their home. So that is a method which is working. And I want to encourage all of the other communities to see to what extent we can adopt such a program. And then now what that will do, it will minimize the interactions and the loitering we have taken place in the city area. And then what it will do now, it will give us the opportunity to ensure that the children are safe. They are leaving home, they are coming to school, so they will not be taking 2-3 buses anymore, but then that bus will drop them straight at the school, and then the parents now will be safe knowing that the children after school will not be loitering anywhere, but they will be boarding their bus and going back to their communities. So I'm asking all the minibus association, I'm asking all the parents group in the different communities, even the churches, to come together. So for example, let me take a small community where I'm from, Mondo. If you look at Mondo, and then you have about 12 children going to secondary schools. So we can organize one bus for these 12 children at Mondo, and then that bus will take these 12 children, will drop them off at the schools. And then now after school, you go back to meet these children and drop them off back at Mondo. So I think this method, if we were to practice it and if we were to organize it in all communities, guess what? We will be back face to face very soon. So let us please work on this. Now we know that the COVID is real. And hear me now. It does not matter how it came about. What is before us now is the reality of COVID. There are too many people who listen to the conspiracy theories and then they spend more time discussing, debating what is not relevant to us now instead of discussing and debating what is relevant to us. What is relevant to us now is that people are dying. People are dying of COVID-19. And then we have now the vaccination that we can take, which will help us in the process. Okay, we know the science so far. It has said that the vaccination will not completely protect you from getting it. However, we stand a greater chance of being able to withstand whatever the complications will be with it. So therefore, I am encouraging parents. And now we have now the Pfizer vaccine for children from 12 years up. So I'm encouraging you to take it. Now you may tell me, okay, Mr. Cepal, you are telling us to take it, but you have a son, he's 16. Well, guess what? He has taken his first shot. So therefore, I'm not telling you to do something that I am not doing. Have I taken my first shot? Of course, yes. So especially I'm appealing now to religious persons who think to some extent that as if the world will come to an end if they take the vaccine. No. I am telling you now, this is a health matter. And there is one thing, all of us are Christians, we believe, and the Bible says there is only one thing that will bring an end to this world, is the preaching of the gospel to all the world. I have not seen in the Bible anywhere where it says that everybody getting the vaccine will bring an end to the world. I did not see this. So therefore, I want us to understand this. And the more we can get the children and more persons to be vaccinated, is the more we will be able to get back into normal life. So please, I'm not telling you that you must take it, but consider it and the benefits of it versus not taking it. Thank you.